So today I bring you an old graphics card, a GeForce GTX 960, an Asus one, and it has been stopped for a while, so it needs some cleaning, thermal paste changing, and that's what I will do today, and show you how you can do this with your own updated graphics card. So we start by removing these fans. They can be either screwed on or just installed just like this one on the heatsink. So you just pull it out or unscrew it depending on your graphics card. Once you are able to release it, as I have over here, you will now be able to either disconnect the graphics card or you need to remove the heatsink, as I will need to do right here. So let's do that. We will unscrew this back part of this graphics card. We remove the 4 screws that should have a little spring in each of them that hold the heatsink on, and then we just lift out the heatsink in order for us to remove the connector from the main graphics card. Now we will take the back plate of this graphics card by removing all the little screws on this side of the card. And we unglue it because it is stuck in due to this thermal putty that is working as an heatsink for the plate itself. We will now grab a little toothbrush, a soft toothbrush, and remove all the dust from the back of the graphics card. With the help of a cotton swab, we remove this dried out thermal paste. And now, with the toothbrush, we remove the remains of the dried out thermal paste between the little chip, and we will rub all of the board to leave it as clean as possible. With the cotton swab, we clean the golden contacts that connect the board to the motherboard. As you can see, there's always a little bit of grime on it. We will now try to clean this spot from the back plate, which I believe it will not come off because this is due to the heat and the paint is stained, I think. We will now clean the fans with the toothbrush. We will clean every single blade from one side, then from the other, because these parts, they usually build up a lot of dust and debris. With all the dust removed, we will now clean everything with isopropyl alcohol in order to leave it properly cleaned and disinfected. We will now clean the heatsink with our toothbrush to make sure there is no dust between the little fins over here. And after we've cleaned everything, we will now swab the copper side with a bit of IPA to remove the remains of the thermal paste. With that done, we will replace the heatsink together with the fans again. On the port side, it is a bit stained, so we will pass a little bit of IPA and clean the inside of the ports with our soft toothbrush. And now, the moment we've all been expecting, we will clean the processor very well to apply the thermal paste. Before we apply the thermal paste, we will place the back plate. We will screw all the little screws so the back plate is fixed. With the screws in place, we will now put the little connector back on. and we will try to sort of align this graphic card with the heatsink to see if everything still matches. We will now put the thermal paste on the chip, and this will definitely not be the perfect amount, but it's a very good thermal paste. So now, before we press the heatsink against the chip, we will firstly align it as best as we can in order for the thermal paste not to be spread around. So we will align the screws with the holes, and we will put the screws one by one on a cross-section form. We will have to screw them in parts on a cross shape, as I'm doing here. So we're done. We've cleaned every single bit of this graphics card, and this will apply for most of the graphics card. Obviously there are some more complex ones than others, but it's basically the same. So I will install it on my PC and show you when it is installed on the System Manager. And this is the System Manager. We have here the graphics and NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.